Hey, what's up guys, Angry K9 here, back again with another Minecraft video. And you know, today in this video it's time to get serious. Now, I've been kind of derping around the server here, not really doing a whole lot, doing some work and building a few things here, starting all kinds of projects and not really finishing them. So now it's time to get serious and get busy and get some of these projects done. That's right, there's quite a few things going on. We're working on another hub. I've been working in the end and I haven't quite completed that yet. I've got to install a minecart elevator, and we've also started something over in the distance just a second ago. You may have seen something in the lower left corner, and I will show you that and talk about what it is and what it's for, and a few other things here and there. I'll kind of show you around the server, show you some of the work that we've gotten done since my last tour video. And there's also one silly little thing I want to do. I want to run out to coordinate 00, the world origin, and put a marker there. And it's completely unnecessary, but one of the guys on the server, Flub, had actually gotten lost, and I apologize for that train. It never fails. Every time I start recording, one goes by. Anyway, Flub had gotten lost out there, and we told him to go to 00 and find his way back to spawn. But there was nothing out there to mark which direction he needed to go. So I want to put a marker out there. I do have a sign out there with the coordinates for the spawn town, but I'm going to put a marker out there with coordinates for the lighthouse here behind me and coordinates for the spawn area. So that way, anyone who gets lost out there in the world can just make their way back to 00 and easily find their way back to spawn. So I'm going to go ahead and get started on that. I'm going to head on out to 00, which is that way across the desert, and I'll be back when I'm there. Okay guys, I'm back and we are at 00, and I'm going to take these signs out here because I just don't like them. And on this block right here, I'm going to put my little marker, monument, whatever you want to call it. Nothing fancy, just a little column with a couple of signs on it. And I just got this idea today, and it's a silly little thing that is completely non-functional, completely unimportant and useless, but I wanted to do it anyway. So I'll set this up here, call this the world origin. And on this side I'm going to put a sign that says 00. Alright, and I'm going to have to get the coordinates of the spawn town and the lighthouse, because I'm going to put a couple of signs over here. One marking the lighthouse and one marking the center of spawn. And the other guys, if they really want to, they can come out here and put a couple of signs around marking interesting coordinates they want. But this is strictly to help Flub, because he seems to like to get lost a lot. And this way he'll know. All he has to do is run to 00, and then he'll find the coordinates to spawn. So yeah. Anyway, I'm going to head back over to spawn and go into the end because I need to get that minecart elevator done. So I'm going to collect the materials that I need to do that, and I'll be right back. I've got everything I need now for this minecart elevator build, and the first thing I need to do is dig straight down here all the way to the bottom. So I need to take all this glass and half slab out. And before I do that, I want to get my silk touch pick, and that way I can keep the glass, hopefully, because I didn't bring any with me. So I'm going to dig straight down to the bottom here, and hopefully I won't lose any of this glass, but being in the end, it's almost inevitable that you're going to lose something to the void. Happens every time. So what I got to do here, I'm going to dig all the way down here to the bottom, and as I go up, I need to place ladders about every third block, and I didn't bring the ladders with me there, and I think that should be far enough. So yeah, I'm going to place ladders every third block, and then on top of that ladder I'm going to put a dirt block, and then on top of the dirt block I'm going to put a cart rail. And I need to put 2 blocks side by side so that I can put 2 pieces of rail side by side so that they'll orient in the correct direction. So let me get, and I don't want to lose that pick, and I have a feeling that I'm going to end up falling off at some point in time, so I'm going to put that back in the ender chest and get these ladders and some dirt. I've got some dirt with me, and the rail, and I'm going to need to bring the minecarts with me, so I'll bring several of these. If I can take them all, I will. Yeah, okay, great. And I think That should do it. So let's head down to the bottom here and start placing these ladders. And I'm going to have to place dirt to pillar up as I go. So take the quick way down here. Oh, better not. I've got feather falling boots, but I just know that if I'm not careful, I'll mess something up. So anyway, the first ladder goes right here. And I'm going to put a dirt block over that and then count up 3 blocks and put another ladder all the way up. And I'm going to pillar up right here instead of climbing that ladder because it'll just be easier. So we'll start right here. And I believe that's 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to do that all the way up to the top. So I'll be right back once I have that finished. Okay, I have all the ladders in place, and what I'm doing now is just placing dirt blocks right over top of each ladder because that is where I'm going to place the minecarts initially, and then I'll put a piece of rail on them, and I'm also going to have that right there because I need to put the rail like that. You saw how the first one was faced the wrong way, and then I'll just take that piece of rail up. What is it, with a pickaxe? Yeah, there we go. And then I can put the minecart right here on the rail. And I should have brought the glass and the half slabs with me because now I can put those in place. So let me go back up there and get those. Probably going to need the silk touch pick. Kind of afraid to carry it with me. But, well, I won't take the chance. It was hard enough for me to keep this stuff. I had all of this diamond armor and this diamond sword and this Fortune 3, well not this one, but a Fortune 3 diamond pick all made up with me, and I was in the nether and I ended up, I'm not really sure what happened, but all the pigmen were after me. I was killed several times, and one of them had taken all of my armor and my sword, and I lost my original pick, and I was very upset about that. I also had the Power 5 Infinity 1 bow that I lost, and that was extremely irritating. But I finally managed, after dying I don't know how many times, to get my armor and my sword back, but my pick was gone for good. So I used some of the few diamonds that I had left, and I made a new one and went to the Ender farm, and I got lucky on the very first try. I was able to get Fortune 3, Unbreaking, and Efficiency. So I got really lucky there. I was quite happy. I just had a very bad day that day. The night before at work, I had actually was involved in an accident at work. I work in the cargo airline industry, and what had happened is I was hauling some empty dollies, which are wheeled carts that we carry freight containers on. I was hauling them to put them away after the operation was completed, and another person was connecting to some freight containers in an area that we call bypass, and as he pulled away, his last dolly came loose from his string, and the fully loaded container traveled at a fairly high rate of speed out into my drive lane, and well, I hit it head on. It was quite a bad impact, and it damaged my vehicle quite extensively, but I wasn't hurt, fortunately. So yeah, they determined that the incident was not my fault, which was a good thing. I was quite concerned that I was going to get in trouble, and I just put that glass in the wrong place, and I don't have the silk touch pick with me. And the reason why this is a problem is because you can't place rail cart on glass, so I guess I'll have to lose that one, and I think there's probably a couple extra laying around. But yeah, so I'd had a bad day at work, and then I tried to record a video several times and it just didn't work out for me, and so I ended up giving up on that, and it just all around was not a good day. So yeah, but as you can see, I am placing these dirt blocks here, and on top of the dirt blocks I'm putting one minecart rail faced the wrong way, and then I put that one there to straighten it out because I need the minecarts to face a certain direction. So, and then I put the minecart there, then I take back this piece of rail and this piece of dirt, and then I place the blocks back in place here and pillar up as I go. So I'm going to do this all the way up, and on each of those dirt blocks I'm going to have a minecart, and once that is completed I'll dig out each of these dirt blocks, and then the minecart will fall and sit right on top of the ladder there. And to use the elevator, we'll stand at the bottom and right click on the first minecart and just right click all the way up till you get to the top. And at the top there's going to be another minecart off to the side, which is the exit cart, and then you click on that to jump into it, then you click on it again to exit. And the reason why that's necessary is because if you just try to click on the minecart that you're in and there's nothing underneath it, you'll fall right back through, and you end up falling all the way through. So that's why the exit cart is needed up there. And this is based on something I saw on Monkeyfarm's channel. I'm not sure if he designed it himself, which I think he did, and I have used this minecart elevator several times over just the last year or so since I saw the original tutorial on his channel. So I believe he designed it himself, but I'm not really sure. I'll have to go back and look that up, but I'm pretty sure that he did. So yeah, it's works really well even in multiplayer. It is a little bit derpy in multiplayer. If you right click and hold your right click button down, right mouse button down in a single player world, you just zip right up through all the minecarts and it won't be a problem. If you do that in a multiplayer world, sometimes you kind of derp right back out of the minecart and find yourself standing outside of the shaft here, which is kind of annoying. And I intend to probably cover all of this with water down here and up top. I'm not sure if I'm going to do that yet because it's really not necessary on this end, but I've been thinking about, you know, going ahead and covering it all with water, and I hope I didn't just look at an Enderman. So yeah, but I'm not sure if I'm going to do that yet. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and finish all these minecarts, and I'll be back in just a minute. Okay, I'm back, and I got all the minecarts in place, and I need to get my shovel so I can start digging all that dirt back out. Now what I need to do is run down to the bottom, or I should say dig down to the bottom, and I'm going to fill this in with cobblestone so that that's complete. And all the glass and half slabs should be in place. I had to go down to the end farm and get some more because I ran out. I placed a couple of pieces of glass in the wrong place and had to break them and didn't use the silk touch pick, and I seem to have lost a couple of the half slabs somewhere, so I had to get some more of those. So I'm going to go ahead and dig all the way down here, and then I need to get back into the ladder shaft there, which I'll do with an ender pearl. And as I go up, I'm going to dig out each of these dirt blocks, which will cause the minecart to fall and sit right on top of the ladder, and that should keep it in place. So let me get in there, and we'll dig the first one out here, and hopefully I'll be able to get the minecart or the rail back as well. Yeah. Okay, so and you see how it just sits right on top of that ladder, and each one of those should do that. And just like that. And this is kind of tricky because I got to do it without breaking the glass. Just like that. And this one here, just like that. And do this all the way up to have all the minecarts drop right in place. And I think I'm picking up the rails too. But I'll be able to use the minecart elevator, and any rails that I missed I'll be able to pick up as I go. So this one right here, and that one. And it sounds like I'm hearing a little bit of thunder outside, so it sounds like we got a storm rolling in, which means my dog will be panicking and getting under my desk here in just a minute. He does not like thunderstorms, and I'm not particularly fond of them myself. About a year ago, the area where I live, we had a tornado come through here, and it passed probably about, I don't know, half a mile from my house and destroyed my neighbors' homes, and it almost destroyed my home. If it hadn't turned when it did, it might have done that, and I might not be here right now. But fortunately it turned, and my neighbors all recovered, and they've all rebuilt now. So yeah. Anyway, this area right here is where I'm going to have the exit cart, and again, the rail doesn't seem to want to point the right way, so let me go ahead and put a piece of dirt there and set that up correctly. And I need another minecart, and it looks like I have one extra, which is a good thing. And an extra piece of glass too. And that's going to be the exit cart, so when we reach this cart, we click on this cart, or right click on it, and we'll jump into this one, then we right click again to exit it, and we will be at the top. So let me take this rail out, get rid of that piece of dirt, and put a piece of cobblestone in there. And that more or less completes this minecart elevator. So let me drop to the bottom here and check it out. So we just right click and right click and right click, and if I hold it in, sometimes I derp out of the minecart, and I think I picked up a piece of rail, and then the exit cart, and there we go. So yeah, it works great. And I'm going to put a trapdoor over this water drop as well. So just one more. Now I'll show you what I mean if I right click and hold. See how it kind of derps in and out of the minecarts, and then now I'm falling right back through. That's one thing it does, and sometimes it also will suddenly jump outside of one of the minecarts, and I'll find myself outside of the, I guess you could call it an elevator shaft. I'll find myself outside of the glass here, and that's pretty dangerous because, well, I could fall off into the void or look at an Enderman. But yeah, so I'm just holding right click here, and it's kind of derping in and out, but it's not tossing me out yet. So that's a good thing. And I need to get a couple of more half slabs because I want to replace this piece of cobble here with some half slabs. And I have pretty much completed that, so let me get rid of all of this, and that minecart I'm going to put in this chest over there, and I want these pressure plates and that trapdoor. So I'm going to put this minecart in this chest over here. Now, I don't know what the other guys do. I put this ender chest here because I always keep a minecart in my ender chest. So, and I probably should put another one at the bottom of the ladder here. I do have these chests up here for spare minecarts, and I have another one down here. And I think I might put an ender chest on this side. And like I said, I do that because I keep a minecart in my ender chest, and that way I don't have to use these spares here. So yeah, so one more time, right back up, and I'm falling, and we're out. So awesome, that's great. Now that that's done, I can finally rest, and I'm going to put these pressure plates here, and I want to put the trapdoor on that side because I usually approach it from this side and drop right down, and minecart elevator right back up, and yeah, so there we go. So that completes the minecart elevator. I'm going to go ahead and take all these supplies and put them back in the community storage area as well as that chest. And then there's something I want to take a look at and show you guys that we've started working on. And I also want to take a quick look in the nether to see what kind of progress we've made. We don't have another hub built yet, but we are working on it. And that's kind of one of those really large-scale projects that's just going to take a long time. So yeah, I'm probably going to go ahead and get started on that. A couple of the other guys have had some ideas that just don't seem to pan out. I've had some ideas that don't pan out. So I'm probably going to keep working on it in a creative world and see if I can't come up with something that looks really good and is functional and hopefully gassed and pigman free. So yeah, I'll be back in just a second when I get to the nether hub area. Okay guys, I'm back, and it occurred to me that I said I was going to kind of show you around the server and show you all the work that we've gotten done so far. And I figured since I was in the end, I would just go ahead and start right here. And we have a cow in the end farm. Fubi found her roaming around the nether and got her down here and named her Bessie. So Bessie seems to be interested in that chest there. Hi Bessie. So yeah, this is our Enderman farm. I finally installed these chests here for enchanted books. And it seems that enchantments for armor and swords are just a little bit more common than those for the tools, but then I think everyone has probably used some of the books that are here. And of course this is the unwanted item or ender pearl disposal system, which I did show in a previous video. You just put something you don't want in there and the system will automatically dispose of them. So let me grab some more ender pearls to make up for the ones I just threw away. And of course this is the end farm where the endermen drop and we kill them and get all kinds of wonderful XP. And this back here is a food farm that Colissimo was working on, and I don't think it really turned out the way he wanted it. He said he pretty much gave up on it. I think he died several times trying to do it. So I'm probably going to take all this out, and I decided what I'm going to go ahead and do is build a lower level here underneath the Enderman farm. I intend to, like I said, take all this out, and I'm going to put probably maybe wheat or potatoes or something down on the lower level, and maybe a small area with some chests for kind of a community storage area. We do have 2 chests up here with ender pearls in them, and we really don't need any more than that, I don't think. So probably just have those chests set up so that each member of the server can kind of have their own end storage chest. We have one in the community chest in the spawn town, and we're going to have one down here too. Yeah, maybe not necessary, but then Minecraft is kind of about doing things that really aren't necessary, right? Isn't that right, Bessie? Is that right? Yeah, okay, just ignore me then. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and head over to the area where we are going to build a nether hub and show you the only little bit of progress we've made on it so far, and that was essentially just clearing out a lot of netherrack. So yeah, I'll be back as soon as I get there. Okay, I am in the nether hub area, and you can see we cleared out this really big circle. This took several days to clear all this out, from the bedrock level down to, I think that's level 100. And I'm not sure if anyone else has any other plans for the nether hub. I was going to build something, like I said earlier, based on something I saw on the JL2579 Cube Hamster fan server, but that got griefed with lava and pretty much destroyed. So then I was going to do something based on the Hermitcraft nether hub, which I still might do. But so far I did kind of work on that in a creative world, and it just didn't turn out very well. And Fubi put half slabs down because, like me, he was getting sick of dealing with pigmen. Every time you turned around they were getting aggroed and coming after us. I've probably died 20 times in this area. I have lost some good iron armor and some good iron tools, and like I said earlier, I almost lost some great diamond armor. But I did finally get it back. I think I died probably 10 times trying to get it back. But I got it back along with my good sword, and I've since repaired all that, and I keep it in the ender chest because, well, I won't use it when I'm here in the nether because I don't want to lose it again. So yeah, and that tunnel over there goes to Colissimo's base, and that is the tunnel to the end, and over there is the tunnel that goes to Fubi's mob farm, which I don't recall if I have shown that, but I'll do that in a later video. So yeah, there's one other thing I want to show you, and one other thing I want to talk about, and that is over here in the spawn town. And as you may or may not know, several members of the Hermitcraft server have decided they are going to stop doing their Let's Play series on the Hermitcraft server. And that is kind of disappointing to several of us on this server, because this server was born from the Hermitcraft Reddit. There were several people that began discussing the possibility of a Hermitcraft fan server, and I was involved in one of those lengthy discussions, and we had wanted to set up a server, and several people offered to host the server, myself included, but Generic B eventually said, no, you know, unless one of the current members of Hermitcraft want to take over the project and run with it, it wasn't going to happen, because running a server, especially a whitelisted server, is not an easy thing to do. It is time consuming. I'm sure that fans of Minecart would know from some of the tweets that Good has made on his Twitter that it can be very frustrating at times. So we decided, instead of setting up a fan server and trying to convince them to change their minds, I ran into Fubi in the Reddit, and he was also involved in the discussion, and he and I got to talking about how we would just like to set up a server where we can get together and make Minecraft videos, and that's what this server is all about. That's how this server came to be. We also included Darth Timanus in that, and eventually Colissimo joined us, so we are the core four. We also have 2 other members on the server, well, 3 other members on the server right now. We have Phenomen, and he does a lot of redstone stuff, and he's quite good with it. I think he's gearing up to start a Let's Play series on this server here at some point in time. We also have Nano Paladin, which is a good friend of Darth Timanus, and he has his house back there in the distance. That's what that tower is there, that water tower. And we also have Flubber, or Sir Flub, or just Flub, and he built a sheep farm over there, and I believe he's also responsible for those mushrooms. He's been doing a lot of exploring lately, and yesterday I think he discovered a mushroom island, and I don't know if he wrote the coordinates down to that. I'm hoping he did, because I want to build a portal out there. And yeah, so what we've been working on is this over here, and fans of Hermitcraft probably recognize that as the Hermit Face designed by Generic B. And what this area is the Hermitcraft Memorial Park. Now, we know that the Hermitcraft server is not shutting down, and that there are several members that are going to continue making videos on there, but the server is not going to be the same. Generic B does run the server, and he's stopped his series on there, and several other members have stopped their series. So it's kind of disappointing in a way, because everybody on this server are fans of Hermitcraft, and several members of Hermitcraft. I myself am big fans of Monkeyfarm and Asuma, and yeah, so Monkeyfarm is kind of, I guess you could say, he's kind of the guy that taught me how to build. You'll notice that a lot of my builds are done with half slabs, because I really like building with half slabs, and that's something I picked up from Monkeyfarm. Asuma has a lot of really cool stuff that he's built, and a lot of cool redstone contraptions, which I try to employ many of his things as much as possible. So what we decided is we're going to build this area as a Hermitcraft memorial. Even though the server's not shutting down, it's not going to be the same, and we just kind of want to pay homage to the guys and the girl on the server. And since our server exists because of Hermitcraft, we just wanted to say thanks to Generic B and all the other Hermitcrafters, and this is how we kind of decided to do it. So what I have in here is this long path, and I have all these columns on the side, and each current member of the server has a column with a sign and their name on it, and that goes all the way back here with every member until you get to the back, and there's Corrales and Justra and Monkeyfarm and King Daddy D-Mac and Pungence and the Pixel Nerds, all the way down through Red Eyes and Static and Top Mass and Schism, and of course Asuma and Unhost, and at the end is the original Hermit himself, Generic B. And since he set up the server and he is the Hermit, the original Hermit, he kind of gets this special place here at the end with a slightly larger monument than the others. And this is all we've completed so far. We've been kind of talking about what we want to build here, and I think the idea is going to be to build, something that each Hermitcraft member has built at some point in time on the server, preferably something small that is most definitely representative of each member. I have a couple of things that I've seen Asuma build that I think I might build over here, and I believe Colissimo is a real big Schism fan, so I think he might have some ideas. And I think he's also going to build something for Biffa, And basically each build is going to represent each member. It's going to be something that is kind of unique to each member. At least that's what I would want. That's kind of what the plan was, but the thing is we don't really know what to build. Now, like I said, I have a couple of ideas for Asuma and for Monkeyfarm, and we're not really going to assign anything particular to each member of our server. Just pick a name and find something that you like and build it. But we're kind of hoping that maybe we might be able to get some input from the Hermitcraft community on the Hermitcraft subreddit as to the kinds of things that we can build here. So I'm probably going to post a forum or a Reddit thread at some point in time that hopefully won't get deleted, that will be considered Hermitcraft related, because it kind of is. It just kind of asks for ideas, and I don't know, maybe I'll even link this video, not really sure. But yeah, so that is the Hermitcraft memorial that we are going to build and that we've already started on. So that's really all I wanted to show around the server here. There was this build here that I did called the community chest, and it kind of looks like a giant chest, and it's kind of a community storage area. And it is, like I was saying, everybody has their own chest here that they can claim and store whatever they want in there, since everybody on this server is really good with each other. We don't steal from each other, and if we do borrow anything, we usually get permission ahead of time, and we always replace it. So that's kind of one of the cool things about being on this server with this group of guys, is that nobody steals and everybody's really cool. Nobody is a jerk, and we actually have quite a bit of fun. We've had a lot of fun pulling pranks on each other, and we've done a little bit of PvP, and I'm planning on setting up a PvP server and at some point in time for everybody on this server and everybody on my other server, my Realms Minecraft server, which is not in any way, shape, or form affiliated with Minecraft Realms. But I was going to make some videos over there, but I've decided I'm not going to because of Minecraft Realms. It's kind of disappointing, but it is what it is, right? So yeah, I'm going to open that up for everybody. The guys on my other server, they don't make videos, but I believe they do have Skype, so we can get them involved in voice chat as well as just general PvP fun. So yeah, I think it's going to be quite a bit of fun to do some player versus player with these guys in a dedicated map. It's just a matter of being able to get everybody together, which is kind of difficult because we're scattered across so many different time zones. But yeah, I think that's going to do it for this video. This is probably a little bit longer than it should be. I guess it kind of makes up for the last video I did, which was really short and kind of derpy. Yeah, that's the way it goes. So future plans, work on another hub, and I think I'm pretty much finished with the end farm and everything over there. And of course we're going to be working on the Hermitcraft Memorial Park over there, and I want to build a pig breeder and automatic pig cooker and cow breeder and cow cooker, and probably some kind of chicken farm over there on the farm area, so that I can get these animals out of here and fill those holes back in. My goal is to kind of clean all this area up and put it back the way it kind of was. We don't really need anything over here. We don't spend much time over here anymore. And I also want to move that tree farm, but I'm not sure where I'm going to put that. I might dig something out underground. We have that stone quarry area and a very large room over there. I might put that down there. I might just dig something out under the iron farm here. I don't know. I'll figure it out. I kind of want to keep all the farms in one area, and we do have quite a bit of land there, so I might be able to put the tree farm back there. But anyway, yeah, I appreciate you watching. I know this was kind of talky and probably kind of boring, but if you stuck with me this far, well, I really do appreciate it. Please feel free to comment on this video and rate it. Hopefully you'll click like, and if you're not a subscriber to my channel, please subscribe and follow me on Twitter, and you'll always be aware of whenever I post a new video, because I post to Twitter. And yeah, so anyway, thanks for watching. Call me Angry Canine.